Trevor Scott, we are here. We are locked and loaded. Round 16, Riverland footy on 5RM. The sun has emerged. Haven't seen it since round 3, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Nobby Norton's alongside me. Nobby, good afternoon to you.
G'day, Lockie. Trev, g'day everyone tuned in. What a great day of footy, and the first of our finals today, unofficially that is. And I must correct some information I put on air this morning, Lockie, on 5RM Sports Saturday. Had Steve Burton playing for the Sandful Crows. He was a dual acceptor, named in both sides, but he is here today at Barmera in his Guernsey on the ground, as is Coach Fraser Sampson. So Barmera Monash with their, I reckon, almost their 100% side, except for Jono Beach out having a rest. And Berri, well, they've got the best lineup they could possibly put on the ground. Ins for them from last week are Hugo Krieger, Tyson Lindsay and Matthew Benson, and they're all here as well.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We saw last week a win from Berri in the final stages of that game, kept their season alive against Waikerie, and today the equation is this. If Berri were to win and Loxton North don't defeat Renmark, the Berri Demons will jump into the top 4. Something that hasn't happened in the last round of a Riverland Football League season in over a decade.
Yep, so all the coach from Berri's got to say to the side is win and you're in, if Loxton North lose.
Very true. We'll be keeping a close ear on that this afternoon, as always. The captains have had the toss, and it was won by Barmera Monash, Sam Butterworth, and he elected to kick to the town end.
Yep, going towards 5RM. No breeze here at all, Lockie, and absolutely great conditions. Oval in pretty good condition, and as you said, spring has sprung. The sun's out. We'll just slip behind a cloud, and we're here. We're about to see a Berri lineup playing for their season here today. And Barmera obviously not going to take the foot off the gas and save themselves for next week's second semi. They are looking to play well as a team, and take winning form into that second semi-final next week against the Renmark Rovers.
Absolutely cannot wait. Teams gathering their spots, and we'll be underway very soon on a sunny afternoon at Berri. A little bit of breeze to speak of, and what end would you say it's favouring? Not the river end?
I reckon it might be going to the river end, Lockie, so Barmera may have kicked against it. Hard to tell. One little flag fluttering over at the Demons marquees, and it looks like it might be going towards the 5RM end, Lockie, away from the river. So, but Berri with a great forward lineup, Minchella, Darcy, Lindsay, all up forward. Thompson starting at centre half forward as well. No, he's in ruck.
We are underway. Bounce has it, and Berri get a couple of paddles forward. Loose footy on the cricket pitch. Out to Jordan Maher, who soccers that one on the ground. Berri inside 50 just, but it was turned over, and now Barmera Monash go to get this one out of there. They beam it through the middle, but umpire has called a free kick to the Roos.
Yeah, it was after
downfield.
Disposal against Tyson Lindsay. Shoved his opponent in the back after he kicked it. Ball comes back into the middle. Risky play to Jack Albrecht. He looks up from Barmera, shoots them across and further into their forward line to Paul Spillis. Shoots the handball out to Rory Moore running past. Looks up the middle, but can't find anyone. Chain of handballs. Berri looked to bring this out of defence through folds. Chips it short. Finds a teammate.
That's Langford in the left-back pocket. Just holds up for a sec, waiting for a teammate to... Umpire says, come down a bit, mate. Barmera Monash player there, over the mark a bit, and it's a 25-metre penalty.
I like this, Lockie Winnell. Put a stamp on the game early, get things running right.
Short pass from Langford right in front of the Berri Football Club rooms, and finds Watson, one of Berri's standouts this year from the Young Brigade. Goes down the line to a contest. No one able to mark it. Spills out the side. Holtham, a looping handball over the top. Looking for Mara, I reckon it was.
Yeah, it was. He's getting a little bit of it in the middle. Chain of handballs to Barmera. Brodie Hill, the veteran, looks up, drives Barmera into attack, and finds... No, the ump hasn't paid the mark. Both players had a bit of that ball. The ump says, I will ball that up. I thought Wilden may have nearly put... It wasn't Wilden, it was... Clayton Williams nearly pulled that in. Anyway, ball goes up at half forward for Barmera. Thompson, hand on the ball for Berri, tries to get it out. Jack Albrecht in over the foot, he gets taken high. Plays on straight away to a teammate, to Butterworth, who takes the first shot at goal and brings up a behind. That's the first score of the game, a behind to Barmera Monash. They are obviously in front, 1 point to Berri, yet to score on the Berri Better scoreboard. Ball comes back in from half-back from Rosenthal, looks wide, and finds Shea Hawkins, the skipper, out wide here on the half-back flank for Berri. He goes back up, chips it back to Rosenzweig in the middle. In case you're counting at home, that's his second possession already.
This is 5RM Riverland football. Berri now bring it to the broadcast wing. Ma got wrapped up as soon as he had it, and we'll get a ball up on the right back flank here at Berri this afternoon.
Key player for the Berri Demons does all the grunt work inside, big strong body on Jordan Ma, and he's the go-to guy for them to break it open. Ball comes to Shea Hawkins, run over the boundary line at half back for Berri, half forward for Barmera, a boundary throw in. Bonnie in ruck against Thompson. Bonnie from Barmera, Thompson from Berri in ruck. Up they go. Thompson first hand to it, taps it down towards Rosenzweig. He couldn't get a handle on it. Took the Barmera player who didn't have the ball, and that's Jack Albrecht getting up. He's been lively early. He's about 35 metres out from goal on about a 45-degree angle. I reckon it's just in his range. Oh, he thought about chipping it over to Butterworth, who ran past to give him an option, but he's going to go back and take the shot at goal now. This is about right at the limit of his range, about 40 metres. He'll kick from. Onto his right boot, gives it a ride, drops a little bit short in the goal square. Whoa! Rush through for another behind. Takes Barmera to 2 points, leading Berri yet to score.
They all flew up. That was Thomas Austin there that flew up there for a mark, but couldn't quite get it. Berri now bring it back in. Good kick from Hawkins. Finds Safralides, does the dish out, and then gets it back. Don't think he was quite expecting that. A couple of link-up handballs, a bit dangerous for Berri, but they move it on. Now into the middle it goes.
Yeah, Watson finds Patrick Minchella in the middle. He gets on with it straight away and finds Tyson Lindsay on a long lead from the forward launch. Turns around, belts Berri into attack, looking for Darcy Minchella on a long lead. Well clear of his opponent. Darcy Minchella takes a chest mark, moving really well, as we know the big fella can. He's quick off the mark. And when the ball comes in like that with plenty of space, there was virtually no chance for Saxton Mitchell from Barmera to keep up with him. He will have Berri's first entry into the 50, their first shot at goal. I'm thinking he'll kick this from about 45 outs, right on his range, Darcy Minchella, especially into a slight breeze, but normally a very accurate kick. Knee bent as he comes through, and it goes offline for a behind only. Takes Berri to 1 point, trailing Barmera Monash 2 points on the Berri better scoreboard.
Scores locked, 4 and a bit minutes gone. First quarter Riverland footy on 5RM for McDonald's at Renmark, and the Big Arch has arrived. Sorry, Barmera Monash 2 behinds. I missed that second one before.
Soccer score 2-1.
Yes, the Big Arch has arrived at Macca's. Speaking of Berri better, SANT Store of the Year.
Yeah, here we come. Barmera bring the ball out from defence, but couldn't get it clear of the pack. Folds drops in for Berri. Can't get a handle on it. All sort of players trying to get hold of it. Hot potato in there. In goes Archie Holtham, tries to get a handle. The ball comes loose. Steve Burton for Barmera drives them forward, but only as far as Berri captain Shea Hawkins. Takes the mark in the middle, gets up straight away and looks to go forward towards Liam Watson. He couldn't bring it in, and that will now be it's holding the ball against the Berri player. Barmera take the free kick at half-back, and that's Rory Moore.
He's not lucky he didn't give away a high tackle there, because he slung him to the ground.
He threw him to the ground roughly, did he?
Yes, anyway, takes the kick, goes up the line. Good contest, but no one able to take a clear mark. Hot footy on the ground, they dive on it. Umpire says, I'll have it. A ball up on the club room wing here at Berri.
Finals-like atmosphere here at the Berri Oval, and it is a final for Berri. They must win to stay alive. Thompson over the top of the rack, gets his hand on it, goes loose towards Minchella. In and under, couldn't get free of the pack. Will be another ball up at centre wing for Berri, just slightly Berri's way.
This is 5RM Riverland football. 1 point the margin. Ball up on the far wing. Barmera runners get onto it. That was Watke. Good dish out handball to Bonnie, and a good kick up the line. Barmera Monash now linking up. Austin there, just waiting for a target. Oh, snuffs the kick. Butterworth had to do the old one-hand, one bounce off the deck. Gets it back to Austin. Down the line it goes. No one takes a mark. Umpire's called holding on. Barmera Monash are going to get a free kick. And that's Dane Austin with the free in the pocket. A infringement there from Hugo Krieger.
Yeah, he sort of had hold of him at the wrong time. They had hold of each other, but when the ump looked up, it was Krieger who had hold of his opponent.
So an important kick here for Dane. Yeah,
Justin Bonnie, as usual, 100% efficient with the ball in his 100th game today too, and he's a very high efficient ball user. Long kick, goal umpire doesn't move, straight over his head. And that's the first goal of the game to Dane Austin for Barmera. Takes them to 1-2, 8 points, leading Berri the solitary point on the Berri better scoreboard.
You can't help but think Barmera and Monash there, just a little bit of calmness under pressure when they were taking that ball up the wing. And although there was a couple of hiccups, just able to still push it forward and push that pressure onto the Berri defenders enough to cough up a free kick, and it's resulted in a goal.
Yeah, Butterworth creating the drive. He got into the space and became the receiver of the ball, and Bonnie, he only needs someone just clear to find them. Great kick on his left foot that time. And Butterworth quickly got it on and delivered it to Austin, who made no mistake from about 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle in front of the club rooms. Ball up in the middle.
Yes, nearly 8 minutes played. Tap from Hinyardi for Berri. Loose footy in the middle. Barmera and Monash player ducked the head, but play on's the call. Trying to shark it. They can't quite get to it. Spills out. Now Barmera and Monash through Wilden just bomb it up to the forward flank. Loose footy on the ground, running for the boundary. I reckon it's going to spill over, and it does, and we'll get our ball in.
Yeah, the two number 20s from each side there playing at each other. That's Joe Ricketts from Barmera and Monash and Evan Panaluna from Berri. In the Ricketts being used in a key forward role today.
Well, they're going to need to find some forward options because since losing Jack Austin a few weeks ago, without Beach in the side, they're a bit limited. Yeah,
especially for height in the forward line. Ball goes up at half forward in front of the club rooms. Bonnie couldn't quite get it clear. Watke tries to plough his way out for Barmera, but in the way is Brad Rosenzweig. Another handball. Back to Geordie Franks. Gets it on the boot. Umpire says it didn't get on your boot, and he paid the free kick against him. Justin Bonnie quickly with the ball. Spears it into the Barmera forward lines, but can't find his teammate, which was Rory Moore, and the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Half forward for Barmera.
This is 5 Riverland football. 9 minutes played, first quarter. 8 plays 1 on the Berri better scoreboard. Barmera and Monash with the lead. Tap forward from Hinyardi. Right into the wall went the Berri runners, and we'll get a ball up.
Quite an open play at the moment. Lockie, I expected it to be a bit tighter than this, but both sides trying to move it quickly and get on with it. Hit out comes from Berri, but Barmera ruck it. Ball comes out wide. Looked like Wilden. He likes it. He's clapping his hands. Or was it?
It is. It's Wilden.
Wilden. He kicks the second goal of the day, and the second goal for Barmera. They go to 2-14, leading Berri 1 point. Danger signs here for the Demons already as their season rests on this game. Win and they're in if Lox North lose. If they don't win, they can't go anywhere. So Barmera doing the Panthers a bit of a favour here at the moment and getting on the board early with 2 sharp goals.
This is 5 Riverland football. Efficiency inside 50, really proving to be quite solid for Barmera and Monash early in this game.
Yeah, ball being moved quickly and precisely into space to players on the move.
And maybe just keep an eye on that right forward pocket this afternoon. It's the pocket right in front of the Demon supporters.
Yeah, both goals kicked from there so far.
Might be something in that this afternoon. We'll keep an eye out as always. Conditions perfect here at Riverland Footy on 5RM this afternoon. Great crowd here at Berri. Absolutely loving it.
Up the ball goes Hinyardi for Berri against Bonnie from Barmera. Bonnie gets his hand on it, but Watke gets a hold of it. Nice handball from Watke. Gets it to his teammate. He shoots the ball forward, and that goes straight to Tony Drugamar at half forward for Barmera. He takes the mark, plays on straight away, drives it down the middle, and gets Wilden, who had drifted off his man and has taken a mark inside the 50. The mark's about 40 metres out. He'll kick from 45. Has just kicked the goal. Can he line up for 2 in a minute?
Yeah, Liam Watson there trying to pick up players. I don't think he was his direct opponent, but was just trying to pick one and unfortunately went to the wrong player.
Yeah, and Berri being exposed here for the lack of defensive work. I mean, Barmera moving the ball quickly, precisely and forward. Wilden drives that one towards the forward line, and it looks like that might have gone through. For his second, Barmera's third. They lead 3-2-20 to Berri 1 point. A 19-point margin on the Berri better scoreboard to the Barmera Monash Roos, and they're up and about and look like they're putting some form together ready for the second semi next week.
Well, that's the other thing we probably failed to mention, that Barmera Monash locked in second on the ladder, cannot go up, cannot go down, so they'll be playing next Saturday. Funnily enough, at this very same oval, Nobby Norton.
Right, well, that's what they're working on then. This is as far as they're concerned, this is their preparation for next week.
Both sides doing some rotations. Back in the middle, umpire Linky has the ball. Says, boys, I'm going out the back, as umpires always do. get out of the way. And tap from Thompson in the middle. Berri, a couple of pushes forward. Holtham just got it on the boot, inside 50 quickly. Lindsay running onto it like a freight train. Handballs back to space. Holtham just a wild soccer off the ground. Loose footy inside 50. But there he is, Steve Burton, the link up to Justin Bonney for Barmera Monash. Clear it out, but it only found its way to the wing. Good pick up from Grieger.
Oh, lovely strong mark by Thompson at half forward. Gee, he's under the pump there. His teammate put him under the pump. He drives it long towards the Berri forward lines, towards Minchella, who's up. Second bite, couldn't quite pull it in. Turns onto his right, but the ball's smothered off the kick. And Burton grabs hold of it. Can't come loose at a half back for it. Berri again. Lindsay in over it. I thought Lindsay, the previous ball, he could have hung onto it. He actually shoveled it out to a teammate, but he could have actually held it. And he'd done the hard work, picked it up clean. Ball goes up at half forward for Berri.
It's a good tap from Thompson forward, but was intercepted pretty quickly and will go again. Another ball up right on the 50-metre arc of the Berri Demons. And I can't help but think, Nobby, we saw a similar thing last week where the Berri Demons gave their opponents the first 10, then they got into the game. Yeah,
look, they need to be a bit smarter than this. Bonnie's playing in that extra defender role, sitting right in front of the forwards, halfway between centre forward and full forward. Either go back and man him up is the only thing you got to do. I mean, you cannot leave him there on his own. Guaranteed he'll get the ball and springboard an attack for Barmera from there.
Kick out of the bruck, but it only found its way to Kruger inside 50, and it's Justin Bonney, loose inside defensive 50. The out kick straight away, finds Chris Bonney. Decided not to go the handball, went to play on, then umpire says, mate, you played on, you got to go. And got about as far as the wing, intercept from Berri with Grieger.
And here's the extra for Berri, which is Jacob Grieger at half-back. So both sides with an extra behind the ball.
Berri go on the full switch, and they've got it quickly. Langford on the left forward flank, just has to backpedal for a second. He's going to set up here, goes short. Finds a teammate in Benson.
Barmera flooding back in defence with both Sampson and Chris Bonney setting up that wall in the defence. Only way Berri can counter this is to go short, play on, try and get some run. But there's none of that either.
Benson went to play on around the ball, but he was wrapped up. And Barmera Monash, like a sea of pelicans, have got the footy through the middle. Couple of link-up kicks. Oh, it's a wobbly one through the middle. Intercept from Geordie Franks. Inside attacking 50 for Berri. Mark taken, unopposed, and that is young.
Well played by
hand
Franks.
Off to Franks for the kick at goal. Looking for Minchella. 1 on 3.
Oh, lovely mark.
Mark Pay in the pocket. Great stuff there. And it was a Callum Lloyd that was the loose player that got that initial mark inside 50. Great thinking there from him.
Frank's using the ball very well from that turnover and then buttering up the run pass for the handball. Probably not necessarily the right play, but you might as well keep Barmera guessing. That's the only way you're going to beat them when they set up behind the ball like that. Kick short, run from behind, try and break it up a bit. Minchella on his left foot has kicked that right across goals to no one, and it goes off hands and out of bounds in the forward pocket on the other side.
At least they've got a ball in here, though, so they haven't lost out completely. 15 minutes played, 5 RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark, and the big arch has now arrived.
Yeah, scores in Barmera Monash's favour here. An 18-point lead on the Berri Better scoreboard most of the way through the first quarter. Berri take the ball off the pack, try and have a shot at goal, and that was, I reckon that was Callum Lloyd on there, having a crack at that. He's on ground.
In one of the running brigade from Berri. Ball up, deep inside attack for Berri. Kick out. It's going to find its way. Oh, great bit of work from Langford there. Now Hill for Barmera Monash. Has to back turn through traffic. Gets a kick away, but it's going to be intercepted. No, it's not. Barmera Monash, they get a couple of kicks and a booming kick to no one. It's a foot race to the footy. No one's home. Jacob Grieger for Berri might get there first, and I think he will. He's outpaced Tony Drugamala. Drugamala gets the tackle away. It's going to spill out of bounds, but... I tell you what that was a frenzy.
Lockie, that was a handball as he was tackled. Oh, it has been paid. The umpire originally paid it as a boundary thrown, but that was a handball from Grieger that went out of bounds without anyone touching it. Admittedly, it bounced out. Now Thomas Austin will have a kick on his left foot, goes short and finds a teammate on a strong lead. I think it's his brother, isn't it?
This could be Dane. I think it is. Number 6, that is Dane Austin. Already kicked a goal today.
Yep, Barmera Monash 3 goals to 20, leading Berri 1 point by 19 points here on the Berri Better scoreboard.
So an important kick here. I tell you what, they go into three-quarter time, 4 goals up. It's a pretty good quarter.
That'll tell us what. Oh, and there's not a puff of breeze. The flag's dropped. Lovely kick on his left foot. Makes no mistake. for his second. Barmera Monash's fourth. They go to 4 goals to 26, leading Berri 1 solitary point here on the Berri Better scoreboard.
It's 5am Riverland football on a Saturday afternoon. Some important games going on today. We failed to mention the third game of the afternoon. It is a dead rubber, but it still might be interesting to get a read on. Loxton hosting the Waikerie Magpies.
Yeah, we saw in that last phase of play how Barmera get those extra couple behind the ball, and in that case it was Fraser Sampson and the ruckman Chris Bonney. And then once they get hold of it, they run in a line. You know, a bit like the orange tsunami of GWS you see often on the telly, and it's the blue tsunami here today.
Here at Berri this afternoon. 25 points the margin. Impressive first quarter. It's coming up to the 18-minute mark. Still a bit of time to go. Back in the middle it is. Good tap from Thompson. Doing all right in the ruck this afternoon, Berri, but unable to get probably the majority of the clearances, unfortunately.
Yeah, Dane Austin having a great opening quarter. Getting plenty of the ball, as is Wilden. 2 goals apiece.
Rory Moore there, got his hands on it, but we'll get another ball up. So still inside the centre square. Slight advantage to the Berri end. Kicking to the River end in this first quarter. Good booming tap from Thompson, but didn't go that far. And now Barmera Monash get a kick away. Sam Butterworth taken a bit late there, and it will be a free kick paid downfield.
Lucas Warner on centre wing, looks up, comes back in the middle to Watke. He takes the mark under pressure, but runs towards his own goals, driving Barmera forward into attack. Berri defence under a lot of pressure there. Out comes Grieger again. He's been one of Berri's best, but mostly because the ball's been up his end. He's had plenty to do.
Now Berri now trying to get this one out of the left back flank. It's going to be a ball up. Probably got out of that not too bad, and a bit of a tussle on the ground, you'd call it.
Yeah, look, Berri have had a couple of moments, but they haven't really made Barmera pay yet. And Barmera quick to set up behind the ball.
So ball up at right half forward for the Barmera Monash Roos. They've kicked the first 4 of this game. Ball up in the air. No ruckman got their hands on it. It's a foot race to the boundary with the ball. Barmera trying to keep it in. Both teams now trying to get this one over the line, it would appear, and it eventually does.
Yeah, a little bit of rugby going on over there. They're just playing for distance. I think maybe playing for time, Berri, just trying to hold it up till quarter time so that they can catch their breath and recalibrate. Ball goes up at half forward for Barmera. Minchella in the ruck reaches over the top. No, it's not Minchella, it's Thompson again.
It's going to spill out of bounds right in front of the coach's box
Off
here at Berri, and it's going to be Butterworth that brings it back in and finds Jed Millington. And they're going to go right across the coast here. Justin Bonney in the middle, unchecked.
Lockie Winner, one thing, if I'm coaching Berri, I'm manning him up. He is cutting them apart from halfback.
Goes, yeah, Abs just there, left, right, and then just decides to pass up to Steve Burton at half forward. Umpire's called a free kick, though.
Over the mark, so 25-metre penalty will bring Steve Burton right into range here. Bring him into the mark will be about 30 metres out, directly in front. So his kick will be from about 35. And undisciplined play there by Berri. And the umpires flagged this from the first minute of the game that they weren't going to tolerate anyone creeping over the mark. And Berri didn't get the message. But once again, I think Berri, this game's drifting away from Burton. Misses to the right, takes Barmera to 4 goals, 3-27, leading Berri 1 solitary point on the Berri Better scoreboard. A couple of things they need to hang on here. They really need to man up on Bonney at half-back.
So it's going to be Hawkins that bring this one back in and goes short and finds Rosenzweig and plays on quickly, looks up, finds Grieger.
If you're going to hurt Bonney, you've got to do this. Shoot it over the top to Safralides, who takes the mark. Make him pay in terms of his opponent. On to Marr, who shoots up forward. Ball goes over the top. Durden tries to get a handle on it, the big fella. Can't get it. Barmera come out with it, try to get it out of defence to Justin Bonney. He's wrapped up by Marr, taken to the ground, and that'll be a ball up at half forward for Berri.
So a ball up. No one really wants to take it. It was Durden. They got it out to Minchella, but it's going to be Barmera Monash that clear it out. Loose footy on the ground. Could be dangerous here. Dish up. Finds Rosenzweig for Berri. Got it off quickly to Franks. Then he just booms it back to Mitch Folds where to jump for it. Now Safralides just kicks it inside 50. Looks for a teammate. Finds handball that to Durden. Kick up to the top of the goal square. Drops short. Minchella, can he get onto it? He can't. He runs over it. Ison Lindsay dives on it. Spills out to Minchella. Minchella taken high. Maybe. No.
I think the tackle slipped up on the second time round, and the umpire was right on spot and said, hang on, that tackle was pretty good to start with. It just slipped up as you ducked your shoulder. Ball goes up at half forward. Bonnie tries to take it out of ruck for Barmera. Can't get clear of the pack. It'll be a secondary ball up. Berri really need to get a goal here in the dying moments of the first quarter, trailing by 26 points here on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Good crowd in. Kick out. Looks for this. Get under Lindsay. He can. Oh, went the handball straight
touched
away.
Off boot, I think Lockie was touched.
Marr went to kick it quickly. Now Barmera Monash again are going to clear this one out, and you can't help but think these defensive systems are working pretty well.
Justin Bonney kicks the ball straight across and finds Brody Hill at half-back. Barmera really bringing the ball out without much pressure from their back line, able to set up and then run play from there.
Spilios straight up the line. Kick went over the top. Founds Langford for Berri. Goes wide.
What a terrible bit of play there.
Oh.
He had a player he could have handballed to, went onto his left foot, kicked an airy, albeit fortunate enough to get dealt with after he got rid of it. Berri get the free kick. Smothered off the mark. Back to the Berri player who drives them long into attack. Minchella couldn't get to it. Ball goes off hands and out of bounds in the forward pocket for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, it's going to spill out of bounds, and you can't help but think this quarter there wouldn't be much time left. 23 minutes gone.
26-point margin in favour of Barmera Monash Bruce.
Inside attacking 50 for Berri. Is there one last bit of this quarter to go? Loose ball. Berri's runners trying to get onto it. Held without it right in front of Benson. I reckon he got a Benson? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
And it's a goal.
First goal for the Berri Demons. Unconventional. Looked ugly, but it looks the same in the paper. A goal to the Berri Demons takes them to 117. Trail Barmera Monash. 4-3-27 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
It's the first time in a while that Berri were able to put some forward pressure on the Barmera defenders, and as soon as they did, it was turned over. Benson in the right spot, took a hold of it, burst through a couple of players and managed to get it onto his boot and kick the goal. A much-needed goal for the Berri Demons, which takes them to 117, trailing Barmera Monash 4-3-27, 20-point margin. I think that gives a little bit of hope to them, Lockie.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely it does. I'm not giving up on the Demons just yet.
We've seen them this year a few times, and they are one team that you cannot give up on.
Back to the middle it goes. I just can't concede one here. Thompson tried to palm it out of the ruck and go forward himself, but he couldn't. Now Hill for Barmera Monash shoots it up to half forward. Lovely mark taken by Ricketts. And just what I just said about not conceding another one. Inside 50. Good mark taken by Wilden. Umpire says play on. Okay, Berri managed to clear this one out through Watson. It's a wobbly old kick along the ground. They just need the siren to sound, the Berri Demons.
Yep. Ricketts with the ball at half forward, looks up, drives Barmera back into attack, this time wide. Shea Hawkins gets hold of it, jams it on his left foot. This will go out of bounds without anyone touching it. Be a free kick out there to Joe Ricketts at half forward for Barmera. Hang on. It's out of bounds. Hawkins was out of bounds when he kicked it, was he?
Yeah,
No.
I think Geordie Franks might have palmed it out of bounds. So inboard to Butterworth. A couple of bites at it, but Mark paid. Time ticking down in this first quarter. 25 minutes played. Goes inside, attacking 50. Drops short, and the Berri Demons get out of trouble. It's Barmera Monash, 4-3-27. Berri, 117. Round 16, Riverland footy on 5RM. Let's go around the grounds with Trevor Scott. Thank you, Trevor Scott. Here at Berri, it's the Barmera Monash Roos with the lead, 4-3-27, leading the Berri Demons 1-1-7. Quarter time has taken place and players now taking their spots. A good crowd here at Berri this afternoon. Nobby Norton, we saw Barmera Monash really put the pressure on early. Berri able to respond, but it was late.
Yeah, goal kickers for Barmera Monash. Dane Austin with 2 and Matthew Wilden with 2. A late answering goal from Matthew Benson from the Berri Demons and a much-needed goal, which narrowed that margin to 20 points at quarter time. Good players for Barmera so far. Brody Hill getting a little bit of it. Dane Austin quite useful up forward with 2 goals, as was Matthew Wilden. Justin Bonney getting plenty of it in his 100th game. Will they man him up? And Sam Butterworth and Jack Albrick both getting a bit of it. For Berri, the usual suspects, Patrick Mitchell, Shay Hawkins, Jacob Grieger, plenty to do across half-back. And I thought Frank's had a few moments in that quarter.
Yeah, Bree's starting to pick up a little bit this afternoon, so they could be in it going to the northern end. And there is the siren. Second quarter underway. Last round of the home and away season. Will the Berri Demons make it into the finals or not? We will see this afternoon. It was Thompson that had a couple of taps at it, got it forward, but Trent Ogle for Barmera Monash ran onto it. Couldn't quite get it. Holtham now for Berri. Kicks it inside 50. Lindsay couldn't quite get it. Intercept nearly from Regan Kruger, but shoveled out quickly by Barmera Monash. And Spilius has got it on the right back flank.
That was Justin Bonney again, getting that ball out to Spilius. And look at him, straight away, he's up and moving.
Yeah, Trent Ogle now, right back flank. Decides to go to the boundary. That's going to go out in the full.
Yeah, we're looking for Jack Albrick, his former Kingston-on-Murray teammate, now Barmera Monash teammate, but went too wide. Berri with the free kick to come in. Thompson drives them deep into attack. Looking for Lindsay over his head. Barmera Monash player could not bring it in, and Lindsay straight back on top of that player, holds him in for another ball up. Yeah. This time 30 metres out from the Berri goals.
That was Spilios, and he had a sort of second bite at diving on that one, but umpire said play on. Tap from Minchella, got it to Lindsay. Holtham now, a shot at goal. Have Berri got the first of the quarter? They haven't, it's a minor.
No, a point to Berri, which takes them to 1-2-8, trailing Berri at Barmera Monash 4-3-27, 19-point margin on the Berri better scoreboard. Can't help but think that there's a strategy here from Berri to go in with that chaos ball so that Barmera can't rebound it out of there. They go through every time with it, sort of bouncing it through. Ball comes out of half-back, straight down the middle to Watke. Takes the handball out to Brody Hill, who drives Berri into attack, but cut out by Safralides at half-back for Berri. He'll get up, he's hold of it, shoots the handball out along the ground.
Oh, Hawkins there, lucky not to give away a high tackle. Barmera player sort of slipped as he was getting tackled, but a ball up.
Saf did his captain no favours there by shooting it along his shoelaces. The ball comes out to Butterworth from Barmera, drives Barmera into attack to space. No one there except for a Berri player who comes in, takes the handball and handballs it. And that handball goes out of bounds after a couple of bounces. Is that a free kick?
I reckon umpire Linky has said that's a kick.
Well, it was a handball, not touch, so it was a disposal. I'm not sure about that. I think if it sort of hits the ground, that maybe it shouldn't be. But Barmera shoot the ball in, Ricketts shoots it in, but cut out by Folds and Berri. Takes the mark at half-back for Berri. Looks to bring them out of defence.
So Berri now go inboard. They've got a bit of space here. Ma decides not to play on, but just gives it a booming kick up the field, looking for Hinyardi. Goes over the top, but here Berri have got the Rockets. Oh, they were too quick, ran over the top. Spilios for Barmera Monash mops it up, turns around, kicks down the line. Loose kick, that's going to go out of bounds. And it does.
Look, it was the right play from the Demons. They've got to get those running plays into play, Kruger and Moroney. On the wings, and to shoot it out there to Hunyardi, who brought the ball to ground. It was just unfortunate that Kruger couldn't grab it first grab, but it was the right play.
Hill to Butterworth, out of the ruck, inside 50, mark not taken by Austin, had a few bites at it, dragged in by Grieger for Barmera Monash. Mitch Folds in there, crunching tackle, and will get a ball up. Desperate forward for the Roos.
Desperate play by the Berri defence there, and had to keep the ball moving, otherwise we would have been penalised for holding the ball. Ball up at half forward, up it goes. For Barmera. Through goes Bonney, couldn't get it. Ma takes the kick for Berri and kicks him out of defence and finds on a lead, a long lead out there was, I reckon it's Kruger out there on the half. He's on centre wing, gets up, drives Berri into attack, looking for Lloyd, but it missed him and found Barmera Monash, Trent Ogle, who looks up, finds his skipper at half back.
Butterworth to Bonney, now through the middle it goes. Big kick inside, attacking 50. No one able to mark it. A few Barmera players are hungry for it in front. Tom Austin in there, spits out the back. Across to Spilios, who runs into goal. He's kicked it, and that's the first for the Roos this quarter. Takes them to 5-3-33, leading Berri at 1-8.
Lovely bit of play there from Barmera. They moved that ball from half-back right through Trent Ogle to Butterworth. Butterworth up the middle. And once that ball got to half forward, it was a couple of quick passes. Watke was in hard under, getting the ball clear to his teammates, and out it came towards Spilios. Took a mark 30 metres out, saw he had no one on the mark, played on, ran into an open goal.
This is 5RM Riverland football. Saturday afternoon, 91.5 FM, 8on AM and 5rm.com. Ball back to the middle. Umpire just checking the 6, 6 and 6, and we'll get underway. Coming up to the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Ball up in the air. Good tap from Thompson to Holtham. Spits out in front of Watson, but he ran over it. And now Barmera Monash through Chris Bonney are going to go inside 50. Two Berri players fly up for the mark, and they manage to take it.
Safralides on half-back. Takes a solid mark. Drives them out of defence, out wide to the wing. Almost pulling it down. Couldn't quite. Ball came out quickly there. Looked like too quick, and the umpire said yes, it was. It wasn't a legal disposal. Barmera managed to take the free kick at half forward, and that's Jack Albrecht. Looks up. Goes long into attack, looking for a team. Oh, lovely mark under pressure there. I reckon that's Butterworth has ducked forward and taken a mark at half forward, about 45 metres out from goal. No, it's not Butterworth, it's Burton, Steve Burton. He looks up, goes straight to Joe Ricketts, who was 20 metres away, closer to goal, without an opposition player within 10 metres of him. Undisciplined play here by Berri. I was just about to say earlier, Lockie, that last goal Spilios kicked off his wing. If there's one criticism I have of Rory Moroney is that he doesn't defend very well off his wing. Can provide some attack for him, but not much defence. Straight through goes Ricketts, and that's his first for the day. And Barmera's sixth to take them to a 31-point lead on the Berri Better scoreboard.
This is 5RM Riverland football. Berri to play finals. Need to win this afternoon.
Yep, they're going to have to dig deep. And here comes Lindsay into the middle. Patrick Minchella changes and goes up forward. So Lindsay coming in, Thompson in. They've brought their A-team into the middle of the ground.
Going to need a spark somewhere.
Yep. Darcy Minchella also in the middle. So they've got two tools in around the centre square. So Lindsay, Rosenzweig, Thompson and Darcy Minchella. Interesting lineup. And they've switched their wingers. They've brought Kruger to this side.
Thompson wins the tap again. Lindsay to Rosenzweig. You said the A-team, Nobby, it's on. Inside attacking 50, but that's about as far as it went because Sam Butterworth got underneath that and read it like a book.
Yeah. Shoots it over to Chris Bonney at half-back. He brings Barmera out of the fence, looks up, has Watke all alone in the middle, but finds on a lead Jack Albrecht. He's having a cracking game today, Jack.
Goes inboard, low kick, but able to mark it was the 18 of Lachlan Marks. They go on the switch, Wilden now.
Gee, they picked up the speed of their ball movement, Barmera, haven't they?
Big first quarter. Inside to Butterworth, back to Wilden. Wilden goes around Minchella, kicks inside 50, a wobbly kick. Berri player gets underneeth it.
Mark taken by Moroney.
Moroney, yeah.
Yeah, Berri switched their wingers and both their opponents went with them. So Kruger's come to this side, the grandstand side, and Moroney's gone to the other, and their opponents have come with them.
Ball goes up the line, punched out of bounds, and we'll get a ball up on the far wing at Berri this afternoon. 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark.
Interesting matchups on the wing, Lockie. This side we've got, for Barmera, we've got Clayton Williams. He's basically playing on Kruger, not as a defending winger, whereas the other side, Spilios and Moroney, are playing away from each other, both playing an attacking role and not worrying too much about defending.
It's Clayton Williams' first A-grade game today too. So forgot to mention that at the start of the game. Good to see.
Well, he's got the job on Regan Kruger today.
So a free kick to the Roos on the far wing.
Looks like Warnett.
And it's going to be a 25-metre penalty. Must be a bit of
Rory Moore. Rory Moore over there
this afternoon.
Rory Moore has the kick for Barmera. Plays on straight away on a sharp lead. Barmera player, but couldn't get it clear. Ball comes loose from the pack. Onto his left foot, Steve Burton couldn't get it towards the goals. Comes out this side towards Kruger, who has the young fella hot on his heels.
Clayton Williams there trying to track him down. Oh, he manages to shark it. Now ball goes to the deck. Umpire's going to get in there. We'll get a ball up.
Good effort by Williams there to break even on that. Geordie Frank's not happy. He reckons he should have been pinged for holding the ball because he dragged it in. Up it goes.
Ball up. Geordie Franks went for the ruck tap. Don't think it was anywhere near the ball, but anyway. Minchella trying to dive on the footy, and we'll get another ball up on the grandstand wing at Berri this afternoon.
Frank's demonstrating a little bit of frustration here and having a little bit of a chat to the umpire. I don't think it's going to do him a lot of good.
Ball up in the air. Bonnie, third man up, comes out of nowhere, takes the tap, goes on the deck. Berri just lock her down, right half forward for the Roos.
Yeah, if nothing, Berri Demons have slowed down the Barmera play. They were moving the ball so quickly. They've slowed him down a bit. Out of the ruck comes Darcy Minchella, squirts the ball forward, but only as far as Barmera coach Fraser Sampson at halfback takes a mark against Durden.
He's got Millington. He's got a bit of space on the switch if he does that, and he does. Manages to steer his opponent away. Millington now through the middle, just goes back inboard, finds Bonnie. He's got a bit more of a tighter opponent now.
Yeah, here's the charge. The change has been made there. Callan Lloyd's actually playing on Bonnie, but Bonnie's smarter than the young fella and managed to push off him. Trent Ogle shoots the ball in towards Chris Bonnie this time, and all of a sudden, Barmera are clear. Justin Bonnie was clear then.
Courageous play there from the Berri defender in Moroney. The spoil, but Barmera are going to have another bite inside. Now it's gone to the far half forward flank.
I'm thinking, Lockie, that Justin Bonnie could be a bit of a smoky for the Willis medal. Gets plenty of it every week. Uses it well.
Yep, I'm with you. I've got another name to throw in a minute too. Barmera now inside attacking 50.
Whoa.
Wilden flew up, but couldn't get it. Goes forward. And Berri are going to clear this one out. Thompson gets a kick away. Takes it to the far wing, looking for Lindsay. Millington, though, read it well. Got his handball out. And Tony Drugamuller there gets it back inboard. Umpire taken late was the 16 of Tony Drugamuller.
Yeah, Lindsay put him down late.
Umpire says play on. Okay, so Berri have got the ball now. No one really has. Watke couldn't pick it up off the deck. I think play stopped behind.
He's played holding the ball, actually, against Watke there. He did have opportunity prior.
Patrick Minchella takes a kick up to half forward, but it's going to be straight to the Barmera Monash Roos. Trent Ogle there. Right place, right time, and your man gets it again.
Justin Bonnie getting a pair of possessions. Shoots it over towards his brother there in the centre. No, it's not his brother, sorry. It's Tony Drugamuller in the middle. He takes a kick. Plenty of Barmera teammates to shoot it wide. There's plenty of options. Ball comes back to Trent Ogle. He's run off half-back. He looks up, kicks a little bit of a chaos ball. Ricketts gets first hand to it. Goes back after it for Barmera. Can't get it. Stacks on the mill there at half-back. It will be a ball up. 40 metres out from Barmera's goal at the river end.
Coming up at the 12-minute mark on the Ricatera Wine Room clock, 31 points the margin. Barmera Monash with the lead. Ball up inside 50 for the Roos. Berri clear it out right near the cricket pitch in the middle of the field. Spills out the back. No one really able to run onto it. Barmera get a kick away, but now it's found Benson on half-back. He looks wide for Regan Kruger, running with the flight of the ball. It's going to be a foot race to the boundary. Keeps it in. Gets it out.
Lovely
Props
kick.
Now inside 50. Get underneath
Lovely
that they can.
kick.
And that's Durden. I'd mark just on the 50-metre arc.
And that's what Berri have needed. Kruger to get hold of the ball. He's got pace. He uses it well. I don't know why he just doesn't drop into that hole and get it back. He's moving forward slowly. But maybe they think Durden's within his range here, Lockie, that Jake Durden.
Might be a bit of breeze behind him.
Former Murrayville Premiership player. Gives it a ride. Gives it a ride.
Looks good.
I reckon that's a goal. He likes it.
I reckon that's gone over the line. It has.
Good
and
kick.
That's the second for the Berri Demons. Brings the margin back to 25.
That's what you like to see. A young fella back himself in like that. Went back, had the kick from almost just outside the 50 arc, Lockie.
I reckon he would have kicked the air from outside 50.
Great kick at goal. Reminded me a little bit of that goal of the day when we were last here when Masuda Caso kicked that monster goal from out here to win the game.
Too true. The Demon reserves have finished their season, so might be a bit of extra noise on the crowd mic this afternoon. Good to see.
And a little bit of music. We had a little bit of a live act at quarter time, Lockie. A little bit of John Fogerty playing.
The festival of footy season is here. I love it.
It's spring and everyone's sprung.
Back in the middle it goes. Coming up to the 14-minute mark. Another lovely tap from Thompson. But once again, Barmera Monash get the kick away inside 50. Berri now, a couple of link-up handballs. And there was Folds. He goes wide. Brody Hill just shoves his opponent out of the way for the Roos and gets a kick away. Really to no one, though. And Grieger for the Berri Demons gets his hands on it after a bounce. Kicks it back in. A high ball. No one able to mark that
Maroney
one.
tried to bring it in. Ball comes out to Marr, who's cruising past, shoots Berri into attack towards Callan Lloyd. Tries to shake off his opponent. And that's the way to, here it goes. Who should it go to? At halfback all on his own? Justin Bonney. Looks up. This would be a lovely kick. Finds his brother Chris on a lead at centre wing. He'll look up to drive Barmera into attack. Look out, he says, I'll give it back to you, brother. Here you go. Gives it back to Justin. He looks smothered off the boot this time. And in goes Patrick Minchella. Chain of handballs. Ball comes back to Darcy Minchella. Kicks it right on the 50. Shoots it wide for a behind. He had Thompson running back towards the goals all on his own. Durden running back towards the goals all on his own. Bit unfortunate that ball didn't pull up a bit shorter. Durden would have been the only one there.
Maybe that breeze just picked up a little bit there.
Yeah.
We see on the weather radar, 15k wind, 20k gusts here this afternoon. So
24-point margin in Barmera Monash's favour here on the Berri Better scoreboard. You can't help but think if they get one more, it's game on again.
So Barmera now bring this one back in. They go clubber inside, but intercept from the Demons. And now it's Geordie Franks from the 50. Kicks it to the square. Looking for Durden. Get under that. He can't. Spills over the back, and it's out of bounds for a ball in. More
direct play here from Berri and more direct attacking. They're looking up and about. They know how important it is. They've got to win to stay in the finals race, and they are doing their utmost. Boundary throw in the forward pocket for Berri. Ball comes in. Durden takes it out of the boundary throw-in. Goes to Darcy Minchella. Couldn't get clear, so it'll be another ball up. 40 metres out, directly in front of the Berri goal here at the 5RM end. They do need another one quickly. Up goes Hunyadi, thumps it towards his own goals. Ball comes out towards Brody Hill, helped under the ball by Kruger, but the non-officiating umpire, the umpire further back, saw the nudge. Hill to take the free kick for Barmera Monash. Looks up, and who should he kick it across and switch to? Justin Bonney. He looks up, shoots her out towards Wilden on the halfback flank for Barmera. Barmera able to get clear.
So Wilden just sharks his opponent and plays on straight down the line. It's going to be a contest. Spills over the back it goes. Rosenzweig for Berri gets a hand out to Hawkins. Concedes a bit of ground to Penaluna on the last line of defence for the Demons. And they go on the U-bolt switch. They've got Holtham, who's got a bit of space on the far flank. Just holds up for a second.
This is better from Berri. They're starting to stretch Barmera out a bit instead of just giving them the easy ball.
Franks couldn't mark it. Still moving down the line here. Berri, if they can get their pace and use it. But as I say that, Saxton Mitchell there for the Barmera Monash Roos go on the rebound.
Lovely mark there, half-back for Berri from Grieger. Jacob Grieger looks up, finds Thompson in the middle, waving for it. There's plenty of Berri players here if they can get hold of it. Thompson drives them straight down the middle into attack towards Lindsay at the back of the pack. Slipped when he didn't really want to. Berri keeping the forward pressure on their Barmera defenders here and holding the ball in. But out there comes Sampson. Looks across towards Brody Hill at half-back for Barmera, but he's wrapped up. Gets the ball clear to Wilden, who looks up, but only as far as Jacob Grieger. Handball out. Marr on his left foot drives Berri back into attack. Safralides put down an easy opportunity there. Onto his left goes a Berri player. I think it was Geordie Franks. It goes out of bounds without anyone touching it. Be a free kick for Barmera Monash in the back pocket.
So coming up to the 18-minute mark on the Ricatera Wine Room clock. Second quarter, 24 points the margin.
Berri have ramped up their attack on the footy here. This ball comes out towards Folds from Berri. He's got the gun run here.
Spills inboard just. A few Demons here, if they can get their hands on it, they might make something out of it. Saying that, loose handball over the back. It's going to still inboard. Barmera Monash trying to keep it in. Broadcast wing out to Langford for the Berri Demons. Going hot footy inside 50. Fraser Sampson, cool under pressure, gets a kick on the deck away to Butterworth, who sees Brody Hill with a bit of space.
Great game from the veteran today, Lockie. He's getting plenty of it.
Brings it back inboard down the line. Marr for the Demons. Great mark for Berri. And the Demons will rack and stack and have another crack here.
He's getting a bit of it too, providing a little bit of drive. Goes back, drives them into the forward lines and finds on a lead Regan Kruger, who's now got Brody Hill on him. He looks up.
Short kick.
Comedy of errors.
Wouldn't have been 15. Now Lindsay. Rosenzweig. into Patrick Minchella from the pocket. Just turns around the corner, and that kick has gone out on the full. I don't think he had too many other options there. Patrick Minchella, he had to kick it or he was going to get tackled.
Berri keeping the ball in their forward line, but not getting quality chances to score, are they?
Well, they've limited the Roosters to 2 goals this quarter.
And that's how you do it, by keeping it up your end.
So Barmera Monash now on the kick out. They go grandstand side, but it's found Langford for the Demons. Berri will have another crack here.
They've managed to hold the ball in their attacking zone for quite a time. Up it goes. Players up. Minchella Darcy through. Kicks a goal. What a wonderful bit of play. Spoiled the ball out of the pack. Followed up. It's a bit like that. He kicked one like that last week, Lockie, when we saw him. He follows up his own ball pretty well, Darcy Minchella, and kicks Berri's second in a row and narrows that margin back to 18 points.
He's often got about 3 players hanging off him for a tackle, but he manages just to keep moving forward and get a foot to it.
Yeah, and towards the goals too. So that's 2 goals in a row to Berri, which has narrowed that margin back to 18 points.
On the Berri Better scoreboard, SANT Retailer of the Year for Sean and the team. Berri Better.
Yep, and Lindsay had a bit of an effect when he came into the middle. Now Ma back into the middle, with Darcy Minchella playing as a ruck rover on ball, not in ruck, playing Thompson's in ruck, Minchella's playing as the ruck rover. Ball goes to him, Darcy Minchella, couldn't get on his boot, comes out towards Rosenzweig, who's grabbed, he gets it back to Thompson, who drives him into attack. Come on, play the advantage.
Oh, and that's heartbreaking because that's been marked inside 50 by Benson after the whistle, so it's going to come back to Rosenzweig in the middle.
Yeah, free kick that will actually wasn't for a penalty against Barmera, but it's going to penalise Berri.
If anything, it might give Minchella a bit of a chance to become a target here, but Barmera have flooded it. Inside to the inboard to Penaluna, right in the centre of the ground. Goes short to Griega, but this isn't going to get a goal.
They're taking the risks, Berri. They're playing the game. They take the risks to try and score. He drives them long towards their goal square. Minchella up, spoils from behind. Ball to Barmera, no one to give it to. The pressure's on here from Berri. It's Minchella out of the pack again with it. Darcy Minchella couldn't get it to a teammate. Sampson, handball to Watke from Barmera. He brings Barmera out of defence, but probably only as far as Shea Hawkins from Berri. Takes the mark on centre wing.
We're going to have to be quick here. 21 and a half minutes played. Straight down the line he goes. Looks for Watson. Takes the mark on the broadcast wing. Berri now on the attack again. They trail by 18. Long. Wheels around. Booming kick inside 50. Going to drop short. Mark not paid, or it was? It was.
Yeah, Chris Bonney in defence, ruck in defence. Takes the mark at half-back. Looks straight up and finds Brody Hill on the switch out wide. Brody Hill, Mark being stood by Tyson Lindsay. He looks up, slows it down like any good experienced player would. Chips it short, and gets it back towards Chris Bonney. Can't take the mark. Handballs to his teammate.
There's Millington now inboard. Finds Lachlan Marks there, who wheels around. He's got a bit of space. Kicks up to half forward. Berri player in front. That was Hawkins. Plays on. Kicks out. Benson's got a bit of space here if he can pick it up and go. Gets it on the boot quickly. To the left forward pocket. Bonney underneath it, though, for the Roos, and that's a good mark in defence. Yeah,
you can't kick it to your small forward in Rory Murray up in the air like that. You give Justin Bonney plenty of time to get under it. He shoots it back into the middle at half-back to Brody Hill, who drives them out of defence up the middle. Spoiled by Jacob Grieger from Berri. Steve Burton running onto it. Can't get a clear possession.
And Barmera players a bit frustrated there, but Holtham did the right thing. He didn't hold on. Burton was trying to hold himself on at the same time, if you know what I'm saying, trying to get the umpire to give the free, but umpire saw through that. Yeah,
I think Archie Holtham's running with Burton today.
Ball up, half forward for the Barmera Monash Roos. Berri trying to clear it out. Marr through Grieger. Hot footy in the middle now. Benson goes around the traffic. Now Langford's got a paddock on the broadcast wing.
Take a bounce, son.
Doesn't. Goes to the top of the 50, looking for Durden. Gets his hands on it, but couldn't drag it in. Barmera Monash player dives on it, and we'll get a ball up on the forward 50 for the Berri Demons.
Berri look dangerous when they shoot that ball into their tall timber in Durden or Darcy Minchella, but they need someone under their feet, to get the crumb. Ball comes out, a half-back from Barmera. Comes wide. This time again, Langford drives it to the goal square. Lindsay in front.
Oh, and the siren's going to beat them. A frustrating end of the quarter for the Berri Demons. They trail by 18. Barmera Monash 6-3-39. Berri 3-3-21. Let's go around the grounds at 5 RM Riverland football. Yes, they certainly are, Trevor Scott, and both teams back out on the field after half-time doing their warm-ups. Umpires also getting reacquainted with the ground. As we currently sit, Barmera Monash 6-3-39, leading Berri 3-3-21. A strong first quarter from the Barmera Monash Roos set up that lead. Second quarter was just about level. Nobby Norton, your thoughts?
Yep, just about level, Lockie. They pegged them back. Berri actually won the quarter by 2 points, which is better than losing it by 4 goals, which they did, or 3 goals in the first quarter. Hey, goal kickers for Barmera Monash, Dane Austin with 2, Matthew Wilden with 2, singles to Spilios and Ricketts. For Berri, all singles, Darcy Minchella, Jake Durden, a marvellous goal from outside 50 metres, and Matthew Benson, who got that goal in the first quarter. So Berri's still in this game, Lockie, well and truly. Good players for both sides. I thought, just without putting them in any order, I thought Trent Ogle had a little bit of it. Brody Hill's been solid off half-back, the veteran half-back flanker. Justin Bonney has had it all in his 100th game, has pretty much had it all his own way. It'll be interesting to see if they man him up this quarter. Matthew Wilden's done a little bit with it. Butterworth's had plenty around the ground. Chris Bonney in ruck, whilst he's probably been shadowed at the hit-outs, has done plenty around the ground. And Jack Albrick, he started well in the first quarter, a bit quiet that quarter's had a bit. For Berri, probably Grieger's holding them together at half-back. Thompson's good in ruck. I thought Jordan Maher's done a little bit. Shea Hawkins, his normal self, and the Minchella boys, Patrick and Darcy, have had a little bit of an effect. They will need to have a much bigger effect in this second half if Berri are going to go on and continue and play finals.
They will. Darcy's clearly the target inside 50 most times. He's getting some strong competition or strong opposition from the Barmera defenders who are holding up pretty well. They're often double teaming him, but it could be a big quarter for Minchella. We'll keep an eye out for that.
Got to get it in quick, team Lockie.
Absolutely, but I'm very interested to see who does line up on Justin Bonney, if anyone, this quarter.
Oh, you've got to man him up. I mean, he's just cutting them up off half-back and... you know, I think you almost maybe take one of your best defenders, you know, perhaps Jacob Grieger or perhaps Archie Holtham and send them forward to man him up. But doing that, you'll take it away from other parts of the ground.
In the middle it goes. Third quarter underway. The last round of the season. It was Lindsay that got his hands on it for Berri, but Barmera Monash scooped it up and they drove it forward. Running in front of it there, Barmera Monash now go to the ground. That was Warnett, I reckon.
He had a quiet game so far.
A couple of quick handles. Spilios, bit of time, gets it back in to Albrecht, who centres it over the top of Hill. Langford there for Berri, one of Berri's best so far today, off half-back. Gets a handball out to Folds, who can't quite gather it.
Oh.
Bumped off the play, and that's a free kick. And, yep, you see that in the AFL every time. You can't bump in 2025. Oh, nearly a collision by 2 Berri players, but it was Rosenzweig that got the kick. Gets it up to Hawkins at right half forward. Now inside 50.
In the
Patrick
sun.
Minchella just lost it in the sun. It spills out of bounds off hands.
Yeah, much brighter start from Berri, and they've run. Hawkins has run from half-back. He's in the forward lines. So you can see they've rolled the dice here, Berri. You can't win this by keeping Barmera down on score. You've got to outscore them.
Ball in, inside attacking 50 for the Demons. Spills out the back. Patrick Minchella off the deck. Has it gone through? It hasn't. Minus
No,
score.
mongrel punt there. Lockie, 1 point only. First score of the second half takes Berri to 3-4-22, trailing Barmera Monash 6-3-39 by 17 points on the Berri better scoreboard, but a lively start from the Demons. Looks like Hawkins has come up onto the wing to try and give him a bit of drive here.
Up the line, inboard it goes to Trent Ogle.
Had a good game, the young
Defensive
fella.
50. Just goes down the line, short kick, finds Mitchell. Now brings it back inboard, a short little stab, drop short. Barmera player, Rory Moore has to work hard, has to kick it away quickly inside the middle. Patrick Minchella couldn't quite mark it, gets a hand out to Tyson Lindsay, who just tries to shark it back in. Working this way forward and we'll get a ball up.
Yeah, strong play by Patrick Minchella there. Stood under a high ball and contested it and nearly brought it in, Lockie, for the mark of the day.
Could have done it. Ball up, another good tap from Thompson. It's almost as if Barmera Monash don't really worry about that initial tap.
No, and it's quite a juxtapose because Thompson's winning the aerial duel, but Chris Bonney's just running all around the ground and getting possessions without any opposition.
That was Maher. They got out to Langford, who just kicked Pele kick in the air. Now to half forward.
I would say it was hit first time, actually, a volley.
Now attacking 50 for the Demons. Out the back it goes. Ball up, 45 out from the Demons' goal.
Yeah, better Demon pressure there across half forward, which holds the ball, and that was pressure on Justin Bonney. So we've finally seen the Barmera defence come under a bit of pressure.
Important times for the Berri Demons. Ma doing the ruck work now, then picks it up off the deck. Handballs to space, tries to run on himself. Brody Hill had other thoughts. He's trying to hold this one in.
Maybe he's the player you'd push forward onto Justin Bonney, Jordan Ma.
Could be.
Yeah. We'll see what happens here. Looks like...
gives him a lot of attack, though. But
yeah, he does.
Good, a thumping tap inside attacking 50. Regan Kruger gets around a bit of traffic, turns, centres the ball. Minchella tried to shovel at his opponent, but he was outplayed by Saxton Mitchell.
Ball comes loose. First two at Barmera Monash. Handball into Jack Albrick running through centre. Gets it forward, but turns it over at halfback to Evan Penaluna at halfback for Berri. He looks up. Folds running loose. They got a couple of players short loose. One of them is, I reckon, is that Jacob Grieger out there?
That is.
On the wing. He's had a fair bit of it today. He's looking for options, but Barmera have got plenty behind the ball here, so he has to go short. Finds, this time, Archie Langford. He's had a pretty fair game out, and he's left looking for Thompson on a lead. Takes the mark in the forward lines for Berri, in front of Chris Bonney, the Barmera Monash ruckman. He goes short again, looking for, but couldn't find Patrick Minchella. He's back on it first, and out of bounds it goes for a boundary throw in right on the forward 50 line, where it cuts through the boundary line at half forward for Berri.
On the intersect.
On the intersect, that's the word.
I like it. So a ball in. Darcy Minchella doing the ruck work. Patrick tried to shark it, but now it spills out the back. It goes. Barmera Monash now. A couple of link-up handballs. Burton through the middle finds Watke. Watke dishes over the top of the umpire and finds Butterworth in the middle. Puts it out in front of Ricketts, who's got a bit of space. Turns back around. Goes to centre inside 50. Berri player just lost his footing, but Penaluna managed to get back up and take a great mark, which the Berri reserves thought was the mark of the day.
Yeah, slipped over and then regathered himself and got up to take the mark. Berri shooted out of defence out to Grieger on the halfback. Not Grieger, I reckon that was Adam Langford.
Langford's got it now.
Langford has it now. He looks up, goes short on a lead. Berri player takes the mark. I reckon that's...
Ma.
Looks like, is it Ma, is it?
Yep.
He's a good long kick, this bloke. Drives him into the forward lines, looking for an attacking option. Justin Bonney takes the mark, but it's off hands. It was a slips catch, picked up, carried out of the pack, and put back down, and the umpire will come in and throw it up. That's how you stop a player from running away from you. Pick him up and hold him off the ground.
Regan Kruger off the deck, wobbles through. That's a goal.
That's the one they needed to get going. First goal of the second half to Berri. It's their third goal in a row in the game, and it brings the margin back to 11 points on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Could be some Loxton North supporters at Renmark getting a bit more nervous.
So tuned in, I hear, Lockie.
I've got onto the digital team. Our stats in Renmark are strong this afternoon. There's quite a few mobile phone pings, a bit of streaming going on.
And that's the way Berri have got to score and put Barmera under pressure with that chaos ball, getting first to it, kicking a few. It doesn't look pretty, but they all count on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter how they look in the newspaper. Goal's a goal.
Yep.
Ball up, back in the middle we go. 6.5 minutes played. The Demons trail by 11. Last game of the season. Barmera Monash now. Rory Moore read that well, but was wrapped up straight away.
Yep.
You can just feel the pressure from Berri. Slowly but surely just building in this one.
Yeah, they've ramped it up. That they realise how desperate it is for them in terms of their season. Out it comes this time from Liam Watson. Slams it onto the boot. Chaos ball into the forward lines, which is what they want. Bang! Over the top. It gets thumped even further forward by Demons. Through goes Lindsay. Tries to take out Bonney, but Bonney up to it, Justin. Rides the bump. Shoots the handball out. Through goes Trent Ogle. Shoots it out to Spilios from Barmera on the wing. He drives them long into attack.
Now Barmera Monash trying to bring this one back. Dish out the handball. Handball slips, so you can pressure's mounting. When Barmera Monash go to the ground again. You can see Barmera Monash look a bit more like Berri did in that first quarter now. Kick up inside 50, but Regan Kruger was in the right spot at the right time.
Has Lindsay on a long lead off half forward. He takes it one-handed. Juggles it. Looks up. Beautiful kick to Shea Hawkins. who takes a bounce, takes a second bounce, runs inside 50, has a shot at goal. Now, there's your goal of the day. If that wasn't touched, there's your goal of the day, Lockie Winnell. And
That's
there
a goal.
it goes.
5 points the margin. The Berri better goal of the day. Shay Hawkins takes the lead on that one. Yeah. And you can hear the Demon reserves are building up as well.
That'll take a little bit of licking in the goal of the day today for me. Although half of the game left, but the Berri better goal of the day is now in the hands of Shay Hawkins. Took the ball, lovely bit of play too, all the way from half-back. Regan Kruger to Tyson Lindsay, took it, shot it out in front of Hawkins, who took it on the run, full speed, did not have to break stride, had 2 bounces, inside 50, and put it straight through the middle at the river end.
Love it, and this is what we've seen from Berri this year, just that pace, just catching teams out. Back to the centre it goes. 5 points the margin, 8.5 minutes played. Wilden tries to shark it off the deck, has a couple of bounces at it. Now Spilios through the middle for Barmera Monash. Bombs it up to half forward. It's going to be Berri that get their hands on it. Holtham got a handball out to Penaluna. Now Mitch Folds loses it a bit, gets a handball out to Regan Kruger. Has to backpedal,
pace,
but gets a kick away just. Oh, going to be intercepted by Wilden for the Barmera Monash Roos. You can hear the pressure mounting out there. Kicks that one through the middle and an uncharacteristic mistake. Holtham now for Berri, just runs onto it, but runs into the wall of Steve Burton.
Yeah, watching Wilden there, he was sort of shaping as where do I go? He had no options. So this is the first time we've seen Barmera under this sort of pressure. Oh, turnover there. A couple of handballs to Barmera. Out it comes wide to Wilden again. Wilden with a short kick forward for Barmera and finds on the lead Tony Drugham on a long lead. He has players short. Through it goes. Can't get it clear. Berri everywhere.
That's holding the ball.
Yeah, Berri have certainly ramped it up here. They are playing like their season depends on it because it does. Ball comes out to Rosenzweig, gets him out of defence with a torp.
Looking for the tall target in Hinyardi, spills forward. Tony Drugamullah gets his hands on it, kicks it inside 50, but umpire's called downfield.
Oh, it's going to be a costly free
taken
kick.
after. Not sure if Tony Drugamullah might have kind of fallen over at the same time there, but either way, it's a free kick.
Bit of mayo on it, you think, Lockie?
I think he might have been falling over anyway, and a bump might have helped it. But anyway.
Free kick goes down ground to Steve Burton. He's had a reasonably quiet day in his terms, but here he is, lines up for a shot at goal from about 30 metres out in a 45-degree angle. We're sitting right behind this. Not necessarily the greatest set shot, but he makes no mistake this time. Answers with a goal, his first for the day, and that has put an end to 3 to 4 goals in a row from Barmera Monash, from Berri. They kick goal 8, 9, 10 and 11, and that's goal 12 in the match to Burton, who restores that lead back to 11 points on the Berri better scoreboard.
Still a lot of time to play out in this one. 10.5 minutes played on the Ricatera Wine Room clock. This is 5 and Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark. That breeze out there, maybe building a little bit more.
Berri to come home with it.
Going to the what's been the scoring end so far this afternoon, the town end here at Berri.
The A team back in the middle for Berri. We've got Lindsay, Rosenzweig, Patrick Minchella and Thompson, who's absolutely dominating the hit-outs.
Just got to get someone to clear it out past that.
Yep, and I think Minchella's the man.
In the middle it goes, Watke there. Lindsay on Watke, that's going to be a good battle to watch.
Yeah, Lindsay in, looking to get first hands to it and then use it by hand to Minchella or Rosenzweig, I think. Out the back it goes towards Wilden. Snaps it on the boot, but straight up it goes. That'll be play on, but out there's Kruger. And also Hunyadi puts the body in over hard. Big fella gets in on the ball and won't give it up. Courageous effort there by the big fella.
A ball up on the far wing here at Berri. 5 and Riverland football.
Hunyadi, Thompson takes the hit out this time. Hits it back, but hits it back into the middle and Barmera first onto it. Here comes the runners, Jack Albrick for Barmera. Shoots out the handball, another handball. This time running through is Spilios. Runs his full measure, gets it onto the left boot. Looking for Austin, who couldn't gather it in, fumbled it, and out of bounds it goes for a boundary throw in.
And then almost paddled it out of bounds. Yeah. Umpire's going to say ball it in. Great bit of defence there from Hugo Krieger. Just keeping his body contact there and keeping the pressure up.
Yeah, he's locked him right down since quarter time. He kicked 2 goals in the first quarter, but Krieger's had the better of him since.
Ball in, doesn't go too far. Umpire says, I'll have it. A ball up, 25 out from the Barmera Monash goal.
Yeah. This is game on here, Lockie Winnell. 11 points the margin in Barmera's favour.
Barmera Monash try to drive it out, but didn't go too far. It was more there with that one.
I can't help but think if they can stay within this margin and then come home with that little bit of breeze, it's going to be on all the way to the final siren.
It's Minchella Darcy, a couple of bites at it, gets a wobbly old half kick away. Holtham now playing an absolute ripper, and then gets held up.
Both him and Adam Langford have done plenty across half-back and provided some rebound. Holtham's been in a lockdown role on Steve Burton too, so you've got to give him credit there. Burton's kicked a goal, but gee whiz, not a lot of possessions. Off the pack, and talk about the speak of the devil, runs off the pack, takes it, shoots it in. Spilios drops what he should have taken, but he's back on it. Onto his left foot, looks up, lifts the eyes, but Darcy Minchella drops in and cuts that out, intercepts at half-back for Berri.
Cheeky smile from Darcy there. He knew where he had to be to mark that. I think Barmera Monash thought they were going to take an easy mark. Umpire says play on. Minchella has to just bomb it to the pocket or the flank. Franks couldn't quite mark it. Trent Ogle runs through a bit of traffic. Gets a handball out to Albrecht. Albrecht then just handballs over the top to Watke. Watke ducks the head. Minchella tackles. Umpire says play on.
I would have nearly paid holding the ball for that one.
Yeah, William Cowling now for Barmera Monash.
Lovely
Centres it inside 50.
Yeah, lovely
mark
kick.
taken.
Tony Drugamuller, I think, Lockie at half forward there. He's had a couple of touches this quarter, a couple of important touches for Barmera. Goes back, we'll have a shot at goal from 40 metres out directly in front. We'll probably kick from about 42.
Yeah, the one from Watke I thought might have been holding the ball.
Yeah,
But
he ducked the head, didn't he, to bore in underneath, but umpire said play on. Definitely wasn't going to get a high tackle for it.
an important kick for the Roos.
Lovely kick off the boot, but drifted wide to the right. The umpire says that'll be one behind, which takes the margin, takes Barmera Monash to 7-4, leading Berri 5-4 by 2 goals or 12 points on the Berri Better scoreboard.
5 in Riverland football. Berri going to just change the footy here. Not sure what's wrong with the old one, but we'll switch it up a little bit. It's going to be Ma that plays on out of the defensive goal square. Just bombs it to the centre of the ground. This is what the Demons have to do, but they've got to run onto it, and they don't. Barmera Monash, a handball over the top to Watke. Watke from the 50, looking for a Wilden, takes the mark in the pocket, and he's going to go back for a shot on goal.
Yeah, he's been dangerous around the goals for Barmera today. He's popped up every now and then and just been a thorn in their side or a burr under the saddle, and Matthew Wilden knows how to kick goals.
Yeah, you're right. They're probably not his biggest day by any stretch, but
damaging.
Getting reward for effort. Seeing Geordie Franks and Sam Butterworth having a bit of a stoush here.
Yeah. No love lost there, Lockie Winnell. They like it. That's a goal. That's Wilden's third goal. And Barmera Monash's 8th takes them to 8-4, 52, leading Berri 5-4, 34 by 18 points. Restores the halftime margin that they carried into the half. And you've got to think, well, I'm thinking even if Berri can hold them to that this quarter, break even, and come home, it's still going to be game on all the way to the end.
Oh, absolutely. They've proven they can catch up quickly when they have to. 16 minutes played, third quarter Riverland footy on 5RM from McDonald's Renmark, and the big arch has now arrived.
Yeah, Berri came out and put 2 on the board straight away in this start of this quarter, and Barmera have answered with goals to Burton and Wilden. So, gee whiz, it's an arm wrestle, Lockie Winnell.
Loving it. This is why we love 5RM Riverland footy on a Saturday afternoon. In the middle it goes. Barmera Monash don't really worry about contesting it. Thompson for Berri picked it up off the deck, but Burton for Barmera Monash gets a handball away. Inside attacking 50 it goes. Wilden couldn't quite mark it. Gets forward. Tackle to the ground. It was Marks.
That handball by Thompson in the middle was unnecessary. He tried to create, but he'd been better off just slamming it on the boot. And I suspect the reason they're not doing that is because of all the loose ball Bonnie picked up in the first half, Justin Bonnie. And so they're sort of trying to be a little bit more careful with the ball. But this chain of handballs to Chris Bonnie, back to his teammate. In the forward lines it goes for Barmera. Warnett tries to run onto it, but so does Hawkins. Thrown to the ground after he got rid of it. And absolutely...
Umpires called a free kick to Berri, and
he missed the first one. Yeah. Hawkins was thrown to the ground after he got rid of it, but and it's getting up a bit gingerly. The free kick to Brad Rosenzweig there, and but that first one should have been paid. Ball comes wide, this time to Moroney at centre wing for Berri in front of Justin Bonnie. He's actually drawn Justin, made him be a little bit, have to stand a man for a change, and got him out of half back. He goes up into the middle.
Goes to centre of the footy. A dangerous kick. Grieger tries to shake his opponent.
They've got to play like that, though, Berri. They've got to take him on. And if you're going to go to someone in a contested mark, Jordan Mars, he's never going to get outmarked.
Thompson taps inboard, but Butterworth for Barmera Monash read that like a book. Couple of handballs. Now Tony Drugamullah shakes his opponent. Inboard to Burton. Burton couldn't quite get that kick off the ground, but it spills off the back of Folds.
Oh, good tackle.
Barmera Monash try to get this to the ground. Oh, I tell you what.
Geez, that was a helicopter punt there from Burton, and no one was going to mark it, particularly the Berri defender, who nearly, you'd say it was almost a pretty standard mark, except for the ball was spinning horizontally, and it was a good recovery from Berri. The ball goes up in the square. No one can get it clear. Berri snap it out of defence. Jack Albrecht cuts into the play, takes a really courageous mark. Lockie, I'm going to perhaps mark that one down as potentially the mark of the day.
Yeah, well, he didn't have much time to read it.
No.
Just came out of the play blindsided, and he was able to
had to put
one
himself in danger there and took a nice mark. Didn't look specky, but it was courageous. We'll now have a shot at goal from 40 metres out. He'll kick this. Might be just on his range, I reckon. Might be just on his range. Breeze behind him. Runs in. Stutters. Distance, no problem. Accuracy, no problem. It's a goal. A great goal to Jack Albrecht after a courageous mark, and that takes them out to a 4-goal margin, out to a 24-point lead after being challenged at the start of this quarter. But the first 2 goals by Berri, they have answered with 3 of their own.
Yeah, still a bit of time to run in this quarter. 19 minutes played, but you can't help but think all that hard work Berri did to get back into this game has now been all but evaporated.
Yeah, courageous play there from the young Barmera Monash Roo, Jack Albrecht. Has had a fair game too. He'll get a mention a bit later on, I think, Lockie Winnell.
And I know we've said that there's not really much in this for Barmera this afternoon, but there is pressure on spots for selection.
They're playing as if they were playing Renmark next week. The desperation they're showing. And why not? You've got to go into finals in form, playing as you want to play with the same commitment to the ball.
Ball up in the middle it goes. Thompson wins the tap again. Minchella couldn't quite drag it in. Now Holtham runs through it and does the U-bolt. Just pops it up in the air, really to no one.
Hawkins yes.
Running with the fly to the ball. Good mark. Back into the play. Good to see. Ignores the handball. Sees Benson, who's not Benson rather.
Jordan Marr at half forward. He goes up, chips it into the forward 50. Lovely fly at the ball from Patrick Minchella, but he was 4-on-1 outnumbered. Oh, where's a kick out of defence? Caught in a slips catch by Watke from Barmera, who takes Barmera out of defence towards Safrolides. One bite, knocks it over to Thompson. Thompson drives Berri back into attack towards Tyson Lindsay. He's up, can't pull it in, looking into the sun. Taps it out of the pack, but no one able to get hold of it. The umpire's called for it quickly. Didn't give him long to get it out of there. He's going to have a ball up.
Umpire says he'll have it, so a ball up. 55 out from the Berri Demons goal, getting over 20 and a half minutes played. Umpire's called a free kick. That's a ruck infringement. Berri with the free. It's going to be Darcy Minchella that's got it. They're going to have to be quick.
Plenty of players back for the Barmera Monash Roos. Too many back. Looks wide, goes wide towards Franks, I reckon, at half forward, but 2-on-1, and he was bodied out of it, and Barmera took the defensive mark. I reckon that might have been Middleton.
Cowling.
Cowling, was it?
Yeah, he's playing pretty good in defence this afternoon.
Shoots it out towards Watke. Handballs to Butterworth, but they come out of defence towards Justin Bonney, their ruckman on the wing. 2-on-1. Shay Hawkins takes them both on and brings them to the ground. Good tackling from Berri. The second one was Steve Burton, so quality player he had to wrap up there. Hawkins giving absolutely everything for the Demons, the Barmera skipper.
Great desperation from him and also Holtham this afternoon. Really stepping up. Good to see.
Yeah.
Ball back in, broadcast wing. 21 and a half minutes played. Barmera Monash get their hands on it and kick it up forward. Wilden just fends off the ball, a bit of a unique style. Hawkins dives on it for Berri, and we'll get a ball up right in front of us here at Berri this afternoon, in front of the historic grandstand.
Yeah, regardless of the result, you cannot question either team's commitment at the footy here.
It's hard to think this is second and fifth on the ladder. Yeah. Ball going to spill out of bounds. Ma keeps it inboard. No, he doesn't. And we'll get a ball in.
Looks up at the boundary up and said, surely I kept that in. I was on my way to my goals, but no. The ball up will be right in front of us here in front of the grandstand. Ruckman gather on the wing. Thompson couldn't get his hand to it. That time it was Bonnie Chris, but ball comes out towards Hawkins. Looks up, raises his gaze. Unfortunately, his teammate can't bring it in, but Thompson takes the loose ball. Over the back it goes, running through Geordie Franks. Barrels the teammate, gets it onto his left, out towards Regan. He looks up, can't hit the scoreboard.
Oh, Minchella keeps it in. Maroney gets a handball when he was tackled, and it's going to be a turnover. All that hard work goes again. Butterworth clears it out, finds Watke at left half back.
He's had a dirty day, Rory Maroney, but he's got a quarter to make amends. Ball goes across to Justin Bonney at half back for Barmera. He looks straight down the middle, straight to handball. That was to, I reckon that was number 7, Thomas Hill. Austin, was it? Handball to Brody Austin, then got it back.
Inboard, attacking 50 for the Roos. Warnett trying to run onto it, he can't. Now Wilden, he's back into this one, playing dangerous. A ripping quarter, goes around traffic. Shoots a goal. It's going to be a minus score.
Had plenty of time, but he hooked it to the left and he shanked it. He's down on his. He's down. I reckon he's hurt an ankle here.
25
Matthew
points
Wilden.
the margin. Yeah. So he's. Oh yeah, he's taking a bit.
He's holding his ankle.
I think that might be it for him today.
Well, you'd want to. Why would you stay out there when you got a final next week? It's a bit unfortunate. He's held his ankle. I reckon. I'm hoping for his sake it's only a sprained ankle, but. Looked like it might be worse than that.
They're calling for the trainers here.
Yeah.
So Berri, on the meantime, have gone up to left half forward. Dropped short of Maroney. Maroney's going to bring this one back inboard via hands. Langford, you get tackled. No, he just shakes his opponent. Inboard 50, Minchella spills over the back. And William Cowling again, getting a few ticks in the defender of the day column today. Clears it out. And Barmera Monash.
Yeah, if Sampson takes hold of it, handball to Butterworth at half back. He holds play, stands still, waits for an option.
Now,
goes wide, but that's out of bounds. So Spilios he was going for.
Wilden's just got up to this. He's gone straight to the boundary. Surely this would be a stop in play.
No, he's going off.
That's what I mean. So this should be a stop in play here.
I think it would be if it was close, but I don't think the umpires have even know what's going on.
Well, Berri need to make the most of it while the player down.
Yeah, and he's going straight off the ground, so he's not being interchanged. He's out of there. His day's finished. Hopefully for him, his season's not finished. But it doesn't look good.
Walking very gingerly off the ground. So.
And he's had a good day today too, Matthew Wilden. Kicked 3 goals, including one this quarter. He'll be a loss for them. He's probably been their most effective forward all day.
In the meantime, the ball at left half forward for Berri here. Matty Wilden's off the field in the exact opposite flank. Yeah,
this is not what you want to see in our local footy. Ball comes out. Burton thumps it towards the boundary. Now that is... There it is, three-quarter time. 25-point margin here to the Berri Demons at three-quarter time on the Berri Better scoreboard.
A big fourth quarter to come, that is for sure. Let's go around the ground to Trevor Scott in the Sideline View studio. It certainly will, Trevor Scott. Currently the Barmera Monash Roos lead, 9-5-59, Berri 5-4-34. This could be the final quarter for the season for the Berri Demons, unless they can get a win here. Just as we went to three-quarter time, there was a fair scuffle going on between both sides. Nobby Norton, your thoughts?
Well, I was just going to give you the goal kickers.
All right, go maybe the goal kickers first.
I didn't see what was going on over there. It was a fair way away, but it was. They certainly weren't going to their own huddles. They had a huddle of their own, a joint huddle. Goal kickers for Barmera Monash, Matthew Wilden with 3. He's left the ground with a pretty bad ankle injury, so I don't think we'll see him again today. 2 to Dane Austin, singles to Paul Spilios, Steve Burton, Joe Ricketts and Jack Albrick. Goal kickers for Berri are all singles. Regan Kruger, Shay Hawkins, Darcy Mancello, Jake Durden and Matthew Benson. Here it is. They win, they're in. They got to go for it.
Ball up in the air, no one got their hands on it. Hinyardi just ran over it a couple of times, gets a boot onto it in the end. It's a loose footy. Rory Moroney runs up, runs into a wall of players. And now Barmera Monash through Paul Spilios, who's getting more into this game, gets a booming kick up the left half forward. Watke unable to mark it. But Berri now get a kick away, finds Hinyardi inboard. Plays on.
Lovely
kicks up
kick
to
forward.
right half forward into a bit of space. Durden and Thompson couldn't quite run onto that one. Now we're going to go rebound again. Barmera Monash get their hands back on it.
A little bit too easy for Barmera to get that out of their defence against the two big fellas. They really need someone up under their feet. Nice mark taken in the back play there by Berri. Looks like Jacob Grieger again. He looks for Hunyardi in the middle, but he's got no one helping him. And Barmera got players all round him. Through goes Steve Burton, gets it onto the boot. Get to Safralides. He gets taken to the ground by Berri. Brad Rosenzweig first back onto it with Berri. Chips it up. Finds Jacob Grieger, who's probably Berri's best player today.
So going to bring this one back in.
They've spread. They've got to take him on. This time he comes out wide on the switch to Safralides. He takes the mark. Got to move it towards their goals. Up it comes looking for Jordan Marr. Takes a lovely chest mark at half back. No one going to get in Jordan Marr's way. He needs to get on with it. Goes down the middle, finds Thompson on a lead, right in the middle of the ground. He plays on straight away for Berri. Shoots it out wide. I reckon that's Penaluna. It's drifted downfield.
Oh,
goes to ground, and away goes Thomas Austin with the football for Barmera and drives them back. Lachlan Marks takes the ball, turns on his left foot, and finds Matthew Watke, who plays straight on, tackled as he kicked it, but that makes no difference to Watke. He puts it through, kicks the first goal for the last quarter, takes Barmera out to a 31-point lead on the Berri Better scoreboard, and I can't help but think that's going to be hard to get that one back.
It's going to be a big turnaround from here for the Berri Demons, but the surprises we've seen from the Demons this year, I don't think anything is not possible. So,
yeah, the way Watke went on with that, he really didn't have to. He was only about 30 metres out. He could have gone back, taken half a minute, had a set shot, calmed the game down, but that's not the way he plays. They're just going for it here, Barmera. They're playing like they're 2 goals down, not 5 up.
Yep, someone's obviously got a keen interest in another broadcast going on at the moment here at 5R Riverland Football today. Yep. Back to the centre it goes. Marr just runs through the pack. Love it. It was taken to ground.
It's been a good duel today between Archie Holtham and Steve Burton. Holtham's had the lock on him for most of the game, but Burton's broken clear a couple of times and done damage.
So back to the middle it goes. Hinyardi gets the tap away, but a couple of loose hands, moves it forward a bit. Holtham's kicked the wrong way here.
He has.
He's kicked inside, attacking 50 for the Barmera Monash Roos. Mitch Folds now for the Demons, tries to lock it down. The Demons get out of that one, albeit just, but yeah, Archie Holtham rove that one so good and then just kicked it the wrong way.
I'm not going to make excuses for the young fella, but I think he's had his mind so much on the job on Burton, he forgot which way they were kicking.
Back, ball up it goes. Get loose. That ball hit the deck without a foot on it. Umpire says play on. No incorrect disposal. Now from the pocket, that was Warnett.
Kicked it out in the full. He's had a quiet day too, Lucas Warnett. We've seen him play a couple of times this year, and he's been quite damaging off his half-forward line, but locked down today.
Yeah, a bit quieter this afternoon.
Yeah. But that's what it's about. If you're locked down, someone else has got to step up.
He's taken a couple of teams apart, particularly that Loxton North game, I think, earlier in the year.
Ball comes back in from full back for Berri. Down the back flank. Big leap, big stretch over the top by Durden. Pulls in a mark at half back. Goes straight on with it down the ground, looking for Rory Moroney, but set him a bit of a task. Through goes Brad Rosenzweig. Picks up the crumbs for Berri. Shoots it forward. Ugly bounce for all players. Justin Bonney again at halfback. Uses the ball.
Brings it back into Albrecht at halfback. And now through the middle they go. Barmera Monash just spreading beautifully. It got about as far as half forward. Jacob Grieger does the intercept.
Yeah.
Now it's found Rosenzweig on the far wing. Thought about the handball and then thought no.
Yeah.
Just props for a second. They're going to have to be quick. 4.5 minutes played. They trail by 31. Straight up the line. Mark taken.
That's Durden again, I reckon, out there. Goes long. Drives it towards half forward. But straight to Trent Ogle, who coughs it up. Series of handballs. Out it comes to Darcy Minchella. Has a shot at goal, but cut out at half-back by a Barmera defender who gets up.
Justin Bonney again, Nobby.
Yes, gets up, shoots it out to Spilios. He's had a good second half, Spilios. He's a left footer. Handballs this time. Keeping offs here. Ball comes out to Lachlan Marks at half-back for Barmera. Takes his time, looks up, looks for his teammate. I reckon that's Ricketts at half-back. Cowling.
Yeah, he's played an absolute
ripper. He has played pretty well.
Goes up to half forward, but intercepts from Shea Hawkins.
So's this fella.
I tell you what, the Demons aren't going to die wondering here. Goes wide to Tyson Lindsay. I reckon there might be a bit of a spark still here. Goes inside 50, finds Patrick Minchella, plays on, has a bounce from the pocket. Goes the old check side.
Misses.
And that's missed.
See, that was one that you could say that was one they needed. Brings the margin back to 30 points on the Berri Better scoreboard as the time ticks away on the Ricatera wine clock, Lockie, and that wine room is now open. It's always 1 o'clock at the wine room.
Yeah, 6 minutes just about gone. Berri need a spark somewhere. Barmera Monash to bring it back in.
I reckon they can't even afford to go around the boundary anymore. They've got to go straight up and down the corridor.
And it's Butterworth in the left back pocket. Either way, for Barmera Monash, they've had a good hit out before finals.
Well, and like you said, Berri have, they're going to finish potentially out of the finals, but gee whiz, at no stage have they given up the ghost.
Now at left half back for the Roos. Trent Ogle just holds it in. Umpire's going to say, I'll have it. I thought he might have done the holding the ball there because it looked like he dragged it in, but wasn't to be. Ball up.
There's some Barmera players that had a good hit out today in looking forward to next week. I'll tell you, they've...
Go again.
Yep.
Of course, all the finals right here at 5RM. Next weekend's a Saturday-Sunday job, Nobby, so...
we get double time, do we, Lockie?
Might even be a bit more.
Maybe we should have to pay more because the enjoyment's going to be up.
Could be. Oh, I wouldn't say I'll do it for free because then the boss will take me up on it. Patrick Minchella now inside attacking 50. I had to cough it up when he was getting tackled. And
Butterworth brings it out.
You can't help but think Berri might just be short a couple of cattle here. Inside attacking 50 again for Berri.
Oh, lovely mark.
Lovely mark taken there by Rory Moore. And 25 metres paid. Umpires have been hot on this.
Yeah, right from the first bounce, which is fair enough, and the players know. It's just getting a little bit willing out there, isn't it? Like it did at three-quarter time, Lockie, with would you say, like a bit of a circus act over there?
Yeah, I think, well, the circus is in town.
Out to Tony Drugemeyer on the wing for Barmera. Had a great second half. Shoots it up, and who should he find?
Yeah, it's Justin
Bonney. This time I didn't realise it was him because he's on half forward. Normally does all his damage at half back. Ball goes to Lachlan Marks, who goes straight to the goal square. Everyone looking into the sun there. No one can get a handle on it. Warnett tries, but the ball trickles over the boundary line. I know Lockie Dan's joined us up here at the moment, Lockie Winnell, but I can't help but think of Lockie Dan. If you're looking for my tip for the Willis medal, might be number 10 from Barmera Monash.
Now it's Rosenzweig now out of defence for Berri. Looks for Holtham. He was held without it. Got a handball out. Now Lindsay on the broadcast wing.
Lovely
Gets it to Franks. Franks has got a bit of space if he can run onto it. Butterworth chasing him down. Franks kicks to Minchella. Drops short. Minchella, Darcy gets it back. Bounces in front of him. A wobbly old kick along the ground. The wrong one. Is it going to bounce the right way or not? Barmera Monash, Trent Ogle getting onto it. He ran over the ball a bit too fast. Barmera Monash clear it out. Mitchell there gets a kick out and finds Regan Kruger. Free kick paid downfield.
Lovely kick to Patrick Minchella. Lovely kick.
Eyes went off that for a second because I saw Geordie Franks and Saxton Mitchell having a bit of a tussle.
I think they're just trying to find out what each of them are doing tonight, Lockie, see if they could get together.
It was a bit of
have a beer after the game.
Yeah. Geordie
Maybe
Frank's always up for a comment or two.
I think they might have started the conversation at three-quarter time over in that huddle.
Well, if the Demons are going to start something, something's going to happen here.
Yeah, great play there and a great kick forward by Kruger to find Patrick Minchella. They need this goal. They need it bad. Didn't quite make the distance. Up go the Berri Tools. Couldn't bring it down. Trent Ogle comes out a half-back for Barmera. Looks to go wide to Spilos. He's up. Gets his Demon opponent, Krieger, right in the back. He goes down. Thompson for Berri on the wing. Dodges around one. Dodges around another. Shoots it across to Archie Holtham in the middle. And he looks up and finds Brad Rosenzweig on a lead at half forward for Berri. Wants to get on with it.
So Rosenzweig now goes inside 50, looking for Moroney. Goes to the ground, goes to the boundary, and we'll get a ball in 15 around from the Demons' goal. Or is the umpire going to say a kick?
That's gone out without anyone touching it from the disposal. It will now be a free kick to Saxton Mitchell. I can't help but think Berri got to get away from this short play out wide for a couple of reasons. They're 5 goals down on the scoreboard, and they need to go down the middle. And 2, goals are much harder to kick out in the flank anyway in the pocket.
True. So Barmera Monash bring this one out. Spilios at right half back.
Shapes the handball to Drugamullah, but doesn't. Goes back into the middle. Running past Justin Bonney again for touch number 40, I reckon, if I was counting them. Warnett on the half-forward flank for Barmera. Juggles it a couple of times. Gets it to Lockie Marks. He looks up, but cut out at half-back by Shea Hawkins. Between Shea Hawkins and Jacob Grieger, they've been almost impassable at half-back at times. He crosses it to Penaluna, shoots it out to Brad Rosenzweig at half-back for Berri. He looks up, has Holtham short, but goes further down the track.
Now finds Benson right in front of the coach's boxes. Wheels around, booming left kick. Minchella, Darcy couldn't mark it. Moroney trying to push it forward.
He's had a dirty day, young Rory
ran
Moroney.
over the top of it. Yeah. And Barmera Monash again are going to clear this one out. Maybe the Demons used their luck last week.
Yeah, worst part about it for the Demons is Moroney's had a bad day trying to get hold of it. And once he doesn't get it, he just throws the towel and doesn't put any pressure back on, which is not good for the young fella. I mean, we've seen him play some cracking games this year. Shea Hawkins almost without his shorts. Nearly got him taken down. Handball across to Liam Watson, who drives Berri back into attack, but Barmera up to the task. Chain of handballs, and out comes Justin Bonney from halfback again. Finds Watke at centre halfback.
Got to give Saxton Mitchell a fair bit of credit. Yeah. He's taking Minchella in defence and holding his own pretty well.
High tackle against the Barmera coach there. He'll take the free kick, Fraser Sampson. Had some problems with head knocks this year. You can't help but think, Fraser, you perhaps might want to sort of go and sit on the bench for the second half of this quarter and just worry about next week. Game's in your keeping, nearly in the keeping as the time ticks away on the Rickaterra Wines clock. 12 minutes gone in this quarter.
Yeah, time ticking now for the Demons. They're going to have to be quick. And as Fraser Sampson now just holds up on half back, and they're going to go left to right here. Just wind this one down. Barmera Monash now back on the far wing.
Marks drives it down the wing for Barmera. Can't find a player off hands, out of bounds. The boundary throw in will happen, but halfway between the wing and the half forward line for Barmera on the far side of Berri Oval.
Can't help but think after maybe a few shaky weeks in the middle of the season, Barmera Monash are back to their full best now.
Yeah, it's a good hit out for him against quality opposition. Ball taken out of the pack there by Tony Drugamullah onto his left. Geordie Franks tries to get a handle on it, manages to get the ball back. Handball's in front of Penaluma, who overruns it, but in goes Brad Rosenzweig looking for it. He gets hold of it, brushes one off, says, out of my way, here I go. Can't get it clear.
It was Alston then. Butterworth inside 50, looking
lovely
for Ricketts,
kick.
but doesn't matter, finds Tony Drugamullah.
Yeah, lovely kick. You know, into space, let his teammate run onto it, and Drugamullah quick off the mark, takes a chest mark, 35 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. This will be, if the game's not in doubt already, this will put the sealer on it.
So, kick from 30 out, off the boot. Ooh. I think he might have sprayed it.
He has, for 1 point only, takes Barmera 10-6-66, leading Berri 5-5, 35 31-point margin on the Berri Better
scoreboard. I was just going to make
scoreboard.
a comment before. Barmera Monash have found a player there in Tony Drugamel this year.
Yep. And he's a utility player. Can play anywhere. Tall, fast, plays on the wing, plays up forward.
Kick out now, ball in the middle, cricket pitch. Darcy Minchella tries to shake it, but we'll get a ball up again.
That was an interesting disposal there, that handball, wasn't it?
Bit of frustration starting to creep in here in this one. Thompson takes the tap, inboard, straight through the cricket pitch, but Burton now kicks to the pocket, got a bit of space. Drugamella couldn't quite rake it in. Couple of bounces, then shakes around at Rosenzweig to the pocket.
Lovely play by
finds
Drugamella.
Austin in the right forward pocket. Dane Austin right in front of the scoreboard here at Berri, 5-0 Riverland football. And I think he's just going to wind the clock down. 14, well, nearly 15 minutes played.
Good call by you, Lockie Winnell, on Tony Drugamella. He's certainly come alight when others' fitness is fading. His isn't, and he's got a little bit of pace.
Oh, Austin there, a shake, kick inboard. And umpire says, I'll kick here to the Demons in Mitch Folds.
Yep. Goes short to Shea Hawkins, but they can't afford time to go short. They've got to go long, down the middle. Thompson providing a lead up the middle for Berri, but they go short again, this time back to Folds in the middle of the ground. He looks to go wide, but no, up the corridor. Has Darcy Minchella moving for him in the middle. They gradually work their way forward. Goes wide to the wing. Finds Peter Safrolides out there on the wing, I reckon, by those white boots. Boom, he drives it forward. Over the head of
it was Watson.
Watson at half forward. Through comes Trent Ogle again. He's had a fine game, the young fella. Handball from Holtham.
Yeah, to Hinyardi at left half
He
forward.
plays on.
Wheels around, gets the kick away to the top of the goal square. It's going to run home. No, it's not at props. Berri trying to get their foot on it. They can't. Jordan Maher in there, a soccer off the ground. I reckon that's gone through. It has. And that was young Lloyd.
Yeah, well done,
that
young
one
fella.
through. Callum Lloyd gets a goal. Takes the Demons to 6-5, 41, trailing Barmera Monash 10-6, 66. 25-point margin, 16 minutes played.
So you say 5 minutes left, Max?
You need a goal a minute.
4 goals to get. It's still doable in the Lee Matthews formula, isn't it? A goal a minute.
Yeah, you couldn't think there'd be too much time on in this quarter, but
No.
we'll keep an eye on it.
Berri haven't thrown in the towel, though. Looking at them in the middle. Minchella into ruck. Hunyardi in there as well.
And credit where credit's due. Berri Demons have turned this around this year, because in years gone past, if that was the score at half-time, three-quarter time, whatever, it'd be 80, 90 points by now.
Yeah.
Whereas the Demons have fought it out right then every game they've been in this year. Through the middle it goes. Benson held up, and we'll get another ball up in the middle.
Yep. You've got to say, even though they're not going to make the finals, Berri, that it'd be a season where they've had some success.
Yeah, certainly turned the corner, that's for sure.
They just need to get a little bit more out of some of these younger players. Perhaps fitness might be a factor with Berri as well, which might come back to time spent on the training track maybe.
So Rosenzweig through the middle, gets a kick away, but umpire says I'll have it again.
5 minutes of playing time left, Lockie. I've just had the signal from the time box.
So still mathematically possible.
Yep,
Demons
5
need to get a hurry on here, though.
4 goals, 5 minutes.
No one really wants it. Looks like a bit of a volleyball match. Now Thompson drives it forward for Berri. Pushed over the back. Watson got his hands on it. Took the mark. Inside 50. Went to play on quickly, but somehow managed to not tell the umpire it was play on. Now goes
Lovely
to the
kick.
pocket. Finds Lindsay. All right. Saddle up, Berri supporters. There could be another sting in this one.
It looked like the previous contest that the Barmera Monash player got a little bit of couple of hands in the back and the Berri player took the mark, but the umpire liked it, paid the mark.
I like it. Adds to the theatre.
Certainly
People came for a show.
Certainly wasn't going to insert himself in the result, that's for sure.
So Lindsay will have the kick from about 45 out on a 45 angle. Looks good off the boot.
No,
but
to the
it's
right.
To the
out in the full,
it
actually,
missed the
no
lot
score.
completely. Righto. So that keeps the margin at 25 points, 66 plays, 41 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
You can't help but think even a point would have been handy because they're 25 points in arrears. Ball comes out from the kick in to Fraser Sampson at half back. And the player who kicked it to him comes back up the middle, which is Justin Bonney. Oh, Berri fumble it. Barmera fumble it. Berri cut in and kicked a point.
Oh, a turnover. That was Liam Watson there. Great bit of work.
He needed to make him pay, and that reduces the margin to 24 points. Berri 6-6, trailing Barmera Monash 10-6 by 4 straight goals on the Berri Better scoreboard.
I was going to say a draw's not going to get him in.
No.
So Fraser Sampson, the Barmera Monash coach, brings it in. It's a wobbly old kick. Oh dear, doesn't look pretty. It's going to wobble to the boundary. Berry's scrambling to keep this one in, but the boundary's going to beat him. We'll get a ball in.
I think the clock's going to beat him too. I think the Ricatera Wines clock is going to beat them as well as the scoreboard. Lockie.
Yeah, 19 and a half minutes played. Fourth quarter. Riverland footy on 5RM. Ball in. Butterworth gets a kick away. Couple of loose kicks from Barmera Monash through the middle. Great bit of work there from Jack Albrecht. But on half back, as always, it's Shea Hawkins for the Berri Demons. Gets it out to Langford. It's been a little bit quieter lately.
Yep.
Gets it out to Rosenzweig. Still trying to push this one forward, the Demons. Goes to centre it in the middle.
Darcy Minchella comes up the middle of the ground, takes the mark at centre half forward for Berri. He's got to get on with it. Goes wide. Finds Mitch Folds drifting down off half back. Gets a terrible bounce. Keeps it in. Plenty of Barmera opposition out there. Stacks on the mill. You've got to ask yourself, why did Berri shoot that ball from centre half forward over towards the club range when the goal was straight down the middle? And when you're 4 goals down, you've got to go down the middle.
I've just seen Darcy's dad in the foreground. I think had the same frustrations you had there, Nobby.
He did.
Yeah. So, ball up right in front of the club rooms at Berri. And I think we're going to get another ball up. 20 or 21 minutes played. Season all but done for the Berri Demons now, you'd have to think.
24-point margin in favour of the Roos. Here we go. Patrick Minchella tries to break out of the pack with the footy, but out comes Matthew Watke with the ball for Barmera. Shoots him out of defence. Berri got the numbers here, but Barmera get hold of the footy. Looks like Steve Burton on the ground with the ball. And straight on top of him is Archie Holtham. They've had a pretty good duel most of the day. Burton with only the 1 goal. Holtham can hold his head up high.
This is 5 on Riverland football. 21 and a half minutes played. Ball up. And umpire's going to have it again. Just the time ticking down in this one. Berri Demons will play next, Barmera Monash rather, will play next week on this oval. They'll take on Renmark.
Boom. Out of the middle it comes from Darcy Minchella. Deep into the forward pocket. Brad Rosenzweig over there. Gets hold of it on the bounce, but gets bustled over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
So 5 Riverland football on a Saturday afternoon.
Ball on the Berri half-forward line. Can they get another goal and just put a little bit more respectability into this? Rosenzweig comes out of the pack with the footy, but bad disposal. He threw it out. Barmera come out of defence with it to Jack Albrecht. Shoots a handball across to Spilios, who runs through the centre circle. Handballs across to, I reckon that was to Butterworth. No, it was Justin Bonney again. Gee whiz, 43 possessions.
Have you got him on for Murray Pioneer best on ground yet or not?
Well, he's had enough possessions to get first and second best, but there's a few others out there going all right. And talk about, there it is, with the last kick of the game is Uncle Schmicker drives it forward, but it's all over, and the final result here is Barmera Monash 10-6-66, beating Berri 6-6-42 in a very entertaining game here at the Berri Oval. Berri's season's done, and Barmera move on to play Renmark next week in the second semi-final.
Looking forward to it. We'll recap this match, give out all of our awards real soon at 5RM, but before we must go around the grounds and get the latest from the other Riverland games going on today. Trevor Scott, are you there?